All right, so this is part two of low bar, and I'm going to talk specifically about the feet and how you want to drill the feet into the ground, and talk a little bit about repetitions. And we're going to leave it right there for today. So, as far as the feet goes, some people like to squat in heels, and that's my preference. Some people like to squat in flats, wrestling shoes, Converses. I feel more comfortable with this one. So, there's a cue that people use of rotating out, and a lot of times I see people pretty much missing the point of external rotation, or they talk about splitting the carpet and they end up out here. I like to think about pushing straight down to the ground and getting the rotation through my femur. So I push down and look at my femurs from here to here. I rotate into the ground from here down. Now that's going to allow me to use my hips a little bit more and use more of my legs to be in a little bit tighter position as I'm descending in the movement. That's going to allow me a little bit more force to springboard out of the ground. It's going to lock everything into position and make me in a little bit tighter position as I have the bar on my back. So push down, actually rotate, brace, back nice and tight, down, drive up as fast as you can out of the bottom. Now, as far as repetitions goes, I like to go 1 to 5. Periodically, I go with 8, but I find that the best sweet spot is only between 1 to 5 repetitions, usually percentages of somewhere between 65 to 85%. I typically don't go much higher than that unless I'm in a competition phase or I'm trying to push my maxes a little bit more. Now, if I'm in a competition prep, I go with 80 to about 95% and play around with my singles here and there because ultimately the movement is more skill based. People think you're just going to go in there and squat. And yes, you could develop your squat that way, but you want to try to treat the low bar as more of a skill. So every time you go in, you want to make sure that every single repetitions look exactly the same. Now, anything past 5, you're going to run the risk of fatigue. So in order for you to really get most bang for your buck, keep it within that range, keep it within that percentage range, rest times between 60 to about 3 minutes. Ideally, the sweet spot is 90 to 2 minutes. I found like that's the best sweet spot within a range of 70 to 85%. I feel like you can sustain your progressions and build your strength for a long period of time doing it that way, staying injury free and not really running the risk of overshooting yourself over and over and over. Now, again, like I said, it's a skill base. You want to periodically work your singles in, work your higher percentages, but not at the cost of your fatigue. It's all about managing fatigue. That's the quickest way for you to get a little bit stronger. And you want to slowly chip away as you're building your movement over and over and over without overshooting yourself and without running, like I said, the risk of fatigue. And that's it for today.